You see this? This is the end result from listening to a awesome new album from a awesome band. Hey guys, Richard here, Metal Fan. Yes, I sort of changed up a little bit of a camera angle location, but yeah, that's a different story. Today we're going to talk about a new 2014 album review. So let me put on my hat. Today we're going to be looking into the new album from Massachusetts metalcore band Unearth entitled Watchers of Rule. Now this album comes out tomorrow through E1 Music Records. But yeah. Now for those of you who don't know who Unearth are, they're a metalcore band that formed in the late 90s in Massachusetts, and I think they're believed to be one of those pioneering bands such as them, Killswitch Engage, Shadows Fall, All That Remains. Bands from that area, they're pretty much the starters of the first wave of metalcore. Now this album, their new album, is the band's 6th full-length studio album, and this is the follow-up to 2011's Darkness in the Light. Does this album top that album? In my honest opinion, yes it has. I feel like this album is their best work since The Oncoming Storm, which is my favorite album of theirs. And hard to believe this album came out 10 years ago, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, let's talk about the production of this album. It's just really just dead on, just fantastic. Really love that a lot. The vocals from Trevor Phipps, I feel like his vocals have improved with each of Unearth's albums. I feel like I really love his vocals on this album. Just sounds really just heavy, and just his screams sound really awesome, and I really love that a lot. Then the guitar playing from Buzz McGrath and Ken Susi, both of their guitars sound fucking awesome, just really heavy, just clear and powerful. And Buzz McGrath can shred some really damn good guitar solos and leads, and I really love that a lot. And the bass playing from, I think John Magard plays on this album, I don't know. I heard he had left the band to do his stuff, to some other stuff. I mean, I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like the bass playing's pretty good. It's just really audible. You can hear some of the bass songs on that, stand out some of the songs. And the drumming from Nick Pierce. His drumming just, I feel like on this album, in my opinion, I feel like this is pretty much his best work drum-wise on any Unearth album. It's just really crazy, just blast beats and all of this shit. I feel like his drumming just gotten better. Holy shit. Really enjoyed that a lot. But yeah, let's get into this album. Now the album starts off with a little intro with just some really just tight melodies. These just a build up of harmonies, which then it leads into The Swarm, which is the first single off this album. It just really opens fast and just a hard hitting, and just some really dead on song. And it feels like this song kind of has a bit of a thrash metal speed type thing in the beginning, which just, and I really love that a lot, and just has a really huge guitar solo in the middle and just a hard hitting ending, and I really love that a lot. Then we get to the next on the album, is called Lifetime in Ruins, which sort of fades in with some really great guitar solo. So it's just a very frantic song, and I really love that a lot. Then the next on the album is called Guard of Contagion, if I'm saying that right. This is the second single off this album, and I really love the riffs on that song, and the chorus just sounds really awesome. I really love that a lot. Then we get to From the Tombs of Five Below. It feels like this song is pretty much one song that pretty much stuck out to me. It's just the leads sound incredibly tight, and the song just pretty much flows perfectly. And I really love that song. Then we get to Never Cease, which is a pretty good song. Really like that song a lot. Then we get to Trail of Fire, which I like that song. It's pretty good. Then we get to the Ground, which is pretty much one of the most interesting songs on the album. And the reason I say that, it sounds very different from the rest of the album, which is pretty interesting. It just has a very dark, eerie way to start off this song. It feels like it has been focused, like most of the albums, focused on melody and harmony early. Now to hear this, it sort of changed the entire dynamic of this album. It's very different from the rest of the tracks, and this song came out as quite a surprise. Like the rhythm, guitar playing, the drumming, and the vocals stay true to the rest of the album, but that one instrumental change creates an entirely new dynamic that I would not expect. And I personally thought it was a pretty good surprise, and I really liked that song a lot. One of my favorite songs. Then we get to the next song, Burial Lines, which I love that song. I really love the intro with Buzz McGrath doing the tappy guitar solos. I really love that. That was pretty awesome. And I think he's one of my favorite guitarists of all time. He's just really fucking awesome. Then we get to the next song on the album called Birth of a Legion, which is another good song. I really love that a lot. Then the album closes with the title track, Watchers of Rule. Now this, honestly, I feel like it could have easily been the first track on the record, with that kind of crazy energy it brings, similar to The Swarm. It's just the lyrics on this song just sound really awesome. It just kind of gets stuck in your head, and it feels like it could be a perfect live song. Like just the repeating of All Faces Down could get like the crowd all pummeled up and ready, awesome. And just the build up into the solo just sounds very well done. Just the music, it just sounds really incredibly fast. And it feels like as the song progresses, it feels like why it should have been the closing track of the album. It's just a very definitive ending to this album, and it sort of pretty much reminds you of how this album began and how this album ended. And that pretty much ends the standard edition of the album. Now, if you get the deluxe special edition, the album actually comes with 2 bonus tracks, which we'll talk about, which are the first being Throes of Remission, which is a pretty good song. I really love that a lot. And then we get to it's actually a cover song, Spirit in Black, which is originally done by the almighty Slayer. And honestly, I thought it was a damn good cover, I'm not going to lie. I pretty like that's cover a lot. It's a pretty great cover, and I really enjoyed that. Now, overall, Watchers of Rule by Unearth is a pretty good album. I think it's still one of the better metalcore albums I've heard in. Well, I mean, last year we had Dishonored Descent by Killswitch Engage, but this album is just wow. I feel like it kind of went a step up from that. Now, if I were to give this album a score, I would give this a solid 9 out of 10. I'm just wow. It's a very good album. I'm quite impressed. So yeah, that's my review of the new Unearth album, guys. Tell me what you guys think of this album. I'll see you guys later. Keep it metal.